You recognize this person.
Yes.
And how do you recognize this person?
Which person are we talking about?
The person
in
that
the red.
you can see?
Well, there's two.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The guy
person
in the
red, I'm sorry.
The guy in the red is the guy that came up to us.
And said, funny seeing you here?
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
With a yes or no?
Yes.
Do you see that person in court?
Yes.
Could you please identify that person by telling us where that person is seated and what that person is wearing?
Blue collared shirt and glasses.
All right. Identifying the defendant.
Now, you said that this person came up and said, funny seeing you here. Did he bother to introduce himself to you?
No.
Would it be fair to say that he interrupted your conversation with Amie at that point?
Objection deeding relevant. As to your first objection, the court will sustain it. Your second objection is overruled. Go ahead.
When he came up to you, was it in the midst of you and Amie speaking?
Yes.
Was your conversation interrupted?
Yes.
Did he introduce himself at any point?
No.
Objection relevant.
Did you find that rude?
Objection relevant. Sustained.
What was his tone?
Very angry.
Now, how long had you been standing with Amie, engaging in small talk, when the defendant walked up to the both of you?
It was very short. It was around 2 to 3 minutes.
When you saw the defendant approach you and Amie and heard the statement, funny seeing you here, did you get the impression that he knew her?
Yes.
In the 2 to 3 minutes that the defendant engaged in conversation with Amie, were you silent?
Yes.
So you weren't engaging in any conversation with them?
No.
Did it appear to you that the defendant was directing his statements directly at Amie during this time?
Yes.
And nobody else?
No.
Were you able to hear what they were talking about?
A little bit, but it was basically like, funny seeing you here, basically called her a hypocrite and did not know why she was there. It kind of seemed like that she never approved of the adult industry or didn't know why. He didn't know why she was there, basically.
So initially you had said that when he walked up to Amie, the defendant, that he appeared angry.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
I'm sorry, you have to
Yes,
answer.
Sorry. Yes.
As this conversation continued for the 2 to 3 minutes, would you say his tone was still angry?
Yes.
You said he called her a hypocrite. Did he curse at her at any time during that 2 to 3 minutes?
Yes.
Could you describe any words or recall any curse words that he used at Amie during this time?
Something along the lines of, you fucking ruined my life.
And could you tell me the volume at which he was speaking?
It was pretty loud and everybody kind of started looking over and she seemed embarrassed, so she tried to calm him down and kind of take the conversation elsewhere so people weren't staring at her.
How close were you standing to them?
Very close.
So it was loud enough for you to hear?
Of course.
But you said you noticed, you were able to actually observe other people in that area looking at them?
Yes, we were in a line for the red carpet.
Now, you said that Amie was trying to calm him down. Can you explain to us what it is that you mean when you say Amie was actually trying to calm him down?
Objection, speculation.
I felt like she was embarrassed that everybody was staring, so she was just trying to calm him down to not be so loud, and that's when she kind of removed herself from the line to go and kind of be somewhere a little bit more private.
And just to be more specific, was she trying to calm him down with his words? With her words?
Yes.
Objection speculation as to what her intentions were.
Well, she said it appeared. It didn't say that she was conclusively doing that, but it appeared to this witness that Ms. Harwick was trying to calm the individual down.
Now, I know you said that the defendant's voice was loud. Is that correct?
Yes.
How was Amy's voice in response to the defendant?
She seemed calm and was just trying to calm him down.
Did she yell at him?
No.
Did she curse at him?
No.
Did she call him any names?
No.
Now, you said that at some point she tried to remove herself from that area?
Yes.
When she tried to remove herself, what do you mean by that? Like walk away?
Yes, try to walk away.
Did the defendant follow her?
Yes.
So about after 2 or 3 minutes of the defendant cursing at her and calling her names, at that point you saw the victim move away from that location.
Yes.
Now, could you tell us where they went from that point?
Yes, it was not very far, but far enough that people weren't paying attention, and there was like a bathroom maybe 15, 20 feet away from the line.
Now, I want to, before we get to what they were doing when they had walked away, we'd established during testimony that the defendant was loud. Now, at any point during that 2 to 3 minutes before they walked away, did his volume increase at all?
Yes.
So, despite Amie consistently trying to calm him down, his volume increased.
Objection. Restate the testimony.
Overruled. Go ahead and finish the question.
Objection leading as well.
Well, I haven't heard the end of the question. Ask your question.
Sure. I actually had finished my question.
Well, despite that, what was like? I didn't hear it all. Let's see.
Sure.
Hold on.
I can repeat it, Your Honor.
No, I can read it. Okay, so despite Amie consistently trying to calm him down, his volume increased. That was your question?
Yeah. Did his volume increase?
Okay, overruled. You can answer that.
Yes.
Now, you said that other people were looking at them as this conversation was taking place. I know you said Amie appeared to try to calm the defendant down. Did she have any other sort of reaction to the defendant confronting her, aside from just trying to calm him down?
I felt like she seemed a little embarrassed, so she just kept trying to calm him down, but it seemed like he was getting more upset by the fact that she was trying to calm him down.
Objection speculation.
Okay,
that part of the speculation, that last part will be stricken.
The embarrassed portion remains, Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you. Now, who walked away first? Was it Amie and then the defendant followed, or was it kind of like a collective walking away?
I believe Amie tried walking away and he followed her.
Now, you stated that where they went to was about 15 feet away near the bathroom area. Is that right?
Yes.
Could you still see them from where you were standing near the red carpet?
Yes.
Could you hear them?
No.
Despite not being able to hear what they were saying, could you still tell what the defendant's demeanor was from that distance?
what the demeanor appeared to be.
Correct.
Okay.
It just seemed like they were arguing.
So I want to be more specific about the defendant. Could you see his body language from where you were?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes? Could you tell me what that body language was?
Just his arms were kind of like up and just very like furious with the situation.
So let the record reflect, Your Honor, that the witness raised both her left and right arms, moving around her hands in kind of a circular motion.
All right.
So you demonstrated kind of this movement I just described for the record. Would you say he was moving his arms erratically?
Objection leading.
Yes.
This is staying. All right.
Could you describe what other body movements he was doing while he was speaking with Amie from that distance?
It just kind of seemed like his arms were like kind of going up very angrily and was just very upset.
Objection, false speculation.
Overruled. This is what it appeared to her based on his body language.
Now, I know you had met Amie for the first time that night. Did that interaction between the defendant and Amie cause you any concern?
Objection, relevance.
It's foundational.
Yes.
Can you repeat the question?
Sure. I know you just met Amie for the first time that night. But despite just meeting Amie for the very first time, did that interaction with the defendant and Amie cause you any concern at that time?
No.
Did you end up calling your friend Hernando at any point while you were with Amie?
Objection, leading.
Yes.
Yes? And why would you call Dr. Chavez while you were observing this interaction between the defendant and Amie?
Because he told me to stay with her while he went to go get us drinks, and then all of a sudden this happened, and I don't know. I felt bad for her because she was in a very awkward position, and it seemed like they might have just broken up, or definitely felt like it was an ex-boyfriend, but it seemed like it was something fresh and new, and I know that she walked away, so I knew that she was uncomfortable, so I was trying to call my friend back to help the situation. I didn't really know her.
And did you get in contact with Dr. Chavez only by cell phone? Only by phone call, or was it by text as well?
I believe I texted him because he didn't answer the phone.
And do you remember what you said to him in order to get him to come back?
I said, I think your friend needs you.
Based on that statement, did you feel that she needed help?
Objection, asked and answered.
Overruled.
If I was in that situation, I would want help.
And in your opinion, it appeared that they had just broken up.
Yes.
Now, did Hernando come back to the area where you were standing?
He did.
Did you tell him what you had observed between the defendant and Amie?
Yes.
Did you point out to him where they kind of walked off to?
Objection, leading.
Yes.
Overruled.
I'm sorry?
Yes.
Overruled.
Now, once Dr. Chavez came back, what did you do at that point?
I left to go get my makeup retouched up before the award show started.
Did you see Dr. Chavez at all for the remainder of the night?
No.
Did you see Amie at all for the remainder of the night?
No.
And did you see the defendant at all for the remainder of the night?
No.
Thank you. Nothing further. Your Honor.